Diamond in the rough here with a pre-post mortem on the Obama administration, possibly a scary moment as to what is yet to come in about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, as the Trump administration is dragged, shanghaied, bamboozled, flim-flammed into office as president of the United States. Now, this isn't a response to the buffoonery and the tap dancing that folks have commented on. And that's not to say everybody's been buffooning and cutting up, but anytime Puffy can try to make a response Instagram video on how jacked up stuff is, I think it's time for all of us to get information and get it done. Now, I'm here with my Coahiba. Thank you, Brother Obama, for opening doors of Cuba. Thank you for that Cuban rum. I know it's early. It's still morning, but hey, we might as well set it off and start it right. So this is just a response to what we need to do. We need to ask, or rather to respond to what is to be done and how are we to do it? And how may we survive these next 4 years of the drama that is certainly to happen with the Trump administration? It is our time to get to work. It is our time to be about the business of handling our business. Now, I am not to say who shouldn't meet with Trump and who shouldn't. I'm saying you always go into a meeting from a position of power with an agenda of your own, because certainly Trump has an agenda of his own in meeting with the entertainers, the sports stars, the musicians that he has chosen to meet with. It is not just for, by happen chance, but rather there's a definite strategy involved. So as he has strategy, we have to have a strategy too as we go into meetings with him. In fact, any of us who choose to have the opportunity to meet with Trump or his administrator representatives, we need to take some heavy hitters in with us. Folks is going to help decipher the bullshit and set it straight with and for us. I think it's interesting in who Trump, because Bush, Trump, they're all the same ilk because it's the same power structure at representation here. It's interesting that he has not met with intellectuals. It's interesting he has not met with analysts. It's interesting that he has not met with political visionaries, even the ones who disagree with him. Thank you, Sister Maxine, for talking and calling the bullshit as she saw it. Thank you, John Lewis, for calling the bullshit as you saw it. We need people who are going to be opposition, as we have the ones who are going to be the cheerleaders. But we go into these meetings from positions of authority and determination, not just as a showpiece that he can snap some pictures with some black folks and pose with them and call himself doing something good. One thing I thought was very much interesting in the choice of the people that he has chosen to meet with are the people that in the positions that I think he sees comfortable as seeing black folks in, as entertainers, as sports stars, never as analytical thinkers and movers and deciders of the moment. So I think those that choose to meet, be ready, take your armament, take that bat in your leg, in your pants. So if you got to pull it out and bang on the desk politely, then you do it. But more importantly, this is a moment for what we need to do as a community. We need to be using this moment as a proving ground, as an opportunity for us to plan the work and work the plan. We need to be about the business of educating ourselves. We need to be about the business of running our business for ourselves and in a better way. We need to be in a position of educating ourselves. We need to be in a position of educating our grandparents and our parents and those mothers and those fathers and the correct things that we need to be knowing through history. Because biggest thing, I think that's an obstacle to both sides advancing, that is of the oppressed community and the suppressing community, they don't know enough about shit to know what to even do. I mean, and the gag is this time is that my white brothers and sisters got caught up in the trick bag and they let that race veil stand in front of their choices of making a rational, real decision. Now, Hillary wasn't the best, and I'm not saying that she was the best. She was the choice that was there. But my point only is that had they saw the bullshit for the bullshit, Trump wouldn't be here today. taken the oath of office in about 25 minutes Eastern time. But what that does say, of that 54% of women who voted for him, um, is that there's a lot of unpacking that white community has to do with their own. And that's their struggle for them to do. I'll let them do that on their own. I made a response video to what they need to do previously. But this is my message for my community, the people who I'm part of. We didn't see the lesson, or rather the country did not see the lesson and the value of the Obama administration because of this. That little brown stuff called melanin. The point is, he was from the highest. He was of them. He was of their ilk. He was of their class. He went to Harvard. He graduated with high honors. He was president of the Law Review. And that still wasn't enough because he didn't have what the others have, that is whiteness of skin. So he couldn't have been more white. He couldn't have been more black. But what he was an opportunity to open door to really talk about engaging and including. But rather than do that, they sought to do the dumb shit. And we got the results of the dumb shit right now. I'm not mad at him meeting with sports entertainers because I love Jim Brown. I'm pissed that he didn't have his kufi on because I'm used to seeing the red, black, and green being rocked in all of his meetings with folks. And I hope he was able to, and I know he wasn't, but I hope he was able to communicate some of the issues as he chose to stand for the photo op. Because just think of it. Trump wears his hair. His mindset is of that 1950s mindset. And he dresses, and his frames and points of reference are from where he was comfortable as an adult. When black folks knew their place, and y'all can be sports stars, and y'all can run track, and y'all can sing a little bit, but you can't make no policy, you can't make no decisions. But again, that's for us to do because it's time for us on the ground to do the day-to-day work that we know we need to do to be successful. It's time for us to educate ourselves. It's time for us to improve our relationships in terms of education models. And in fact, we need to be in the driver's seat of our own education anyway. So those who are experts at charter school and having a human-centered focus and approach to it, we need to be about the business of doing that. And excuse the fact that I don't have a cigar lighter. I don't give a shit. It's inaugural day. Those who are in position of designing businesses and running them efficiently, we need your help in doing that. Let's be ourselves and put ourselves in a position of running those things, because certainly the next fun part of this process is going to be the filtering of money through the black community to make sure that, oh, well, we can pass some money around. We've given a grant to this and this and this. Okay, yeah, if there's grant money to be got, possibly try to get it and do the common good for it, of what you know is right. Cloak and position those frames of reference and those goals and those objectives in a larger sense, but make sure you help the community in the process. And that's with anything. Again, we negotiate from a position of power and a position of authority, not as weakness and not as photo op, so he can use us for the things that he want to do. Let's use him for the things we know we need to do too. I'm sure in about an hour, Mr. Obama, Michelle, Malia, and Sasha, one or all the above, got their feet up on a couch somewhere, smoking a nice cigar, having a nice shot of liquor because, brother, you made it, and thank you. We know your contribution was limited in what you were trying to do, but you know what? You made it, and you showed the possibility. And that's what scared folks. Goddamn man can be president of the United States. Who knows what they can do? But that shows you our greatness, people. That shows us if we can build the pyramids, if we can have 4 sisters organize and transform the aeronautics industry in this country to send a man into space and bring him back in one piece without being burnt up, that tells you our potential of greatness. We never set our vision for where we are today, 2017. Rather, we think about 20 27, 2037, 2047, 2057, 2067, 2077. We're thinking 6, 7 generations or decades ahead of where we are because that's what our people did. As slaves, we couldn't foresee the 15th Amendment. But guess what? Frederick Douglass did. And he understood that I have to break rank with my suffragettes and women's movement folk to stand for the black community. And that's what he did in supporting the 15th Amendment, because it transformed the position of black men from slave to citizen to voter to active participant. So we always set our vision forward. We never settle for where we are, because where we are is just a moment in time. But where we can be is the visionaries that we know we are and that they know we are, which is the scary part, because they know our potential more than we know our potential. So this is an opportunity for us to take that, grow with it, move, improve, and transform our communities in ways we don't even see now. So I think what that just says to us is that we need to get busy, because remember, a piece of coal and a diamond is basically the same material. The only difference is pressure and heat that takes that black lump of coal into the diamond that we know it is inside. And so with that, I would say, you guys, get your boots on. You be ready to have some meatless Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays to make this happen. Be about your business. Let your business be about you. Improve your community. Let's influence and transform our youth, because they're begging for it. They're begging to know how to peacefully resolve conflict and maintain your dignity as a person. The problem is they don't have the skills. So those of us who ran conflict resolution programs, that ran conflict mediation programs for the street level, we need you. We need you in my part of Ohio, as well as we need you in other parts of where this video may reach. I think what I will do as a commitment to the process, I will come on periodically with books that we need to have in our stable and in our bookcases, because we know we need those kind of things to educate, because when it's here, we don't lose it. And when we put it out there, we move it forward. And that's the struggle, to take it from here to move it to here, from thought to action. That's what we need to be. So with that, diamond in the rough, signing off. My rum is done. I'm getting ready to get ready and go to work. And everyone, please have a restful and progressively improved 4 years. Thanks. Peace.